Hey guys, welcome to Homework Help for Year 6, Week 4. On page 23, we're going to do the homework questions. Now these don't have answers, so you're going to have to I'm going to go through all of these questions and you can compare your answers to my answers. Next week will be the test, so let's do some practice. Question 1 says simplify. So when we have a question like this, we have to add or minus only the like terms. So we have 15m squared minus m squared. M squared is not the same as m. They're not like terms, okay? So we can't just do all of this together. So only the 15m squared and m squared you're gonna get. So 15m squared minus 1m squared is 14m squared. And then minus 8m, so just put the minus 8m back in there. Okay, we can't simplify that any further, so leave the answer like that. Now question B, it says 8a times 5b. So when you multiply, we don't need to have like terms, only when you add or minus. When you multiply, just multiply them right across. So 8 times 5 would be 40, and then a times b is just ab. Alright, next one. Bottom math says we have to do the brackets first. So let's work on this bracket here. 4x times 2x is 4 times 2 is 8. Let me just write here. 8x squared. So you have 8x squared, take away 8x squared will be 0. A number subtract itself is going to be 0. Now next one. You can think of this as minus 4y times minus 4y. Minus 4 times minus 4 is positive 16. And y times y is just y squared. Next one. Question E, we have to, well, I'm going to put this into a fraction. 18mn over 6n. So what we can do is we can cross out the n. We can divide top and bottom by n, so we can cross that out. For this 18 and the 6, I can divide them both by 6, so I get 1. I get divide 18 by 6, I get 3. So the answer is, the answer is 3m over 1, which is 3m. Next one. We are going to, okay, when we cube this, we're going to cube each individual part. So we're going to cube that, we're going to cube that, and then we're going to cube that. So you're going to say 3 cubed, and then you're going to cube the x, so x cubed, and then cube the y cubed. So that's y to the 9. Okay. And that's gonna give you, let's see, so 3 cubed is 27. Actually, I'll write it here, 27. X cubed, y 9. And that's the answer there. You can think of it like as in there's the 3, it has to the power of 1, the x to the power of 1. And just multiply everything by 3, if that helps. So 3 times 1 is 3, that's why you have 3 to the 3. 3 times x, x has the power 1, so x to the power 3, and all that stuff, okay? Next question. Alright, question G. We want to minus this fraction, but they have different denominators, so we have to make them the same first. So the lowest common multiple for 5 and 4 will be 20. Okay, so we can make them both out of 20. That was a minus question. So to make the this one, the 5 into a 20, multiply by 4. So multiply the top by 4. So that means 4 times 2x will give me 8x. And then the other one, we're going to multiply by 5. So times this by 5. And I'm going to get 5x. So 8x minus 5x is 3x. 3x on 20. Question H. It says 2a squared minus 3a plus a. So we have to collect the like terms. So this is the like term. Minus 3a plus a. So what's minus 3a plus a? So imagine you have a minus 3 plus 1. What's minus 3 plus 1? That's giving me minus 2, right? So what we're going to get is, so the first term, 2a squared, remains right where it is. And then we're going to have minus 2a, because this becomes minus 2a. Alright, question I. Now we have to expand this, okay? This is the distributive law. So I just expand this one. This will be a times 2b will be 2ab. And then a times minus 3a will be minus 3a squared. Well, actually, you know what? I'll put it down here. Oops. Okay, and then you're gonna, let's expand the second one. I'll put this one in blue so you can see. This is minus 3b times by a. You have to consider the minus in front of the 3b as well, okay? So minus 3b times a is minus 3ab. And then minus 3b, let me just rub this out. Minus 3b times a minus 5b. And that'll give me, minus times a minus will give me a plus. 3 times 5 is 15. B times b is b squared. And the answer to this will be, I'll put the answer over here. So we have to collect the like terms. So the like terms is which one? We got 2ab minus 3ab. What's 2 minus 3? 2 minus 3 is negative 1. So the answer here is negative 1ab. Or just, it's a negative 1ab. Alright, and then you got a, let me see, 3a squared and plus 15b squared. These are not like terms, so we have to put it back as normal. So, whoops. So we put minus 3a squared plus 15b squared. Now, minus 1, I can just get rid of the 1 and just put a minus. Same thing. So there's your answer. Alright, question J. Now this one, actually let me just make this a bit smaller. Okay, question J. So this one is a whole number, which means it's over 1. So what we're going to get is 2a over 5 take away a over 1. Now we're going to make the same denominator because we're doing subtraction. So I must make the 1 into a 5 like the on the left. So multiply both top and bottom by 5 and you're going to get 2a over 5 take away 5a over 5. Now the top number, we're going to get 2a minus 5a. So that's going to equal to negative 3a over 5, and there's your answer. Alright, next one I'm going to do on the left hand side now. So when we're dividing a fraction, we're going to get, so 10ab, let's leave this one as it is, and we're going to flip this upside down. Okay, so you're going to get b over 2a, and we change it, the divide into a times. Now we can simplify. So I can look at the 10 and the 2, I can divide them both by 2. This will be 1, this will be a 5. And that's the best I can do. I can't simplify any further, so the answer to this one will be, actually hold on, I can do the a. Cross the a out, and that's it. So I got 5, so I want to get 5b times b, which is 5b squared over 3 times 1, just 3. There's the answer there. Alright, next one, I've got 5x minus 1x is just 4x. Okay, next one. Now this is a multiply, so we just multiply the numbers across. So 5 times 6 will be 30. X squared times x, so x squared, so I'm just going to write it here, x squared times x to the 1. We add the powers, so that's x to the 3. And then you got y cubed times y2. So that's y to the, add the powers, you get y5. Okay, next one, question N. We're adding and subtracting. So we'll have to make sure they are like terms before we can do so. So you got your 5ab. Now what's the next one? You got plus your 4ab. These are like terms. So 5 plus 4 is 9. So that becomes 9ab. And then you have your plus 12b minus 12b. So what's positive 12 minus 5? Plus 12 minus 5 is plus 7. So that means we have a positive 7. So plus 7b. And there's your answer. Actually, it looks a bit silly with both colors. So plus 7b. Alright, there. Next one, question O. 7x times minus 2y. So we multiply the numbers. So multiply the 7 and minus 2. You're going to get minus 14. Multiply the x and y, and you get xy. Next one, we're dividing. So let's maybe put it into a fraction. This will be 16x squared y divided by 4xy squared. Now, we can cross out we can look at the numbers and divide them both by 4. We get 1, we get 4. Now look at the x. I can divide the top and bottom by x. If I divide the bottom by x, I get 1. Divide the top by x, I get x. Now divide the top and bottom by y. So if I divide the top by y, I get 1. Divide the bottom by y, I get y. So my answer is 4x over y. There's your answer. Alright, question Q. Let me see, 3x squared. Alright, we multiply. So we multiply the numbers together. So 3 times 5, that'll be 15. X squared times x. So that's x to the 3. Y times y cubed. That'll be y to the 4. Next one, we're minusing a fraction, so we have to make the denominator the same. So the lowest common multiple for 2 and 7 will be 14. Alright, to make a 2 into a 14 times it by 7, so times the top by 7. 7 times 3x is 21x. And times this one by 2. And times this one by 2, so we get 10x. So 21x take away 10x is 11x. And the bottom number will be 14. Done. Question S. We have to make the bottom number the same, so we have to make them xy. The lowest common multiple is xy. Alright, the first one, to make an x into xy, we have to multiply by y. Which means we multiply top by y, we get just 1 times y is just y. And the second one, we have to multiply by x and multiply by x. So it will be 3x. And we have to add these. So when we add them, we keep the denominator the same because we got two same denominator. So we have xy under one denominator. And you have y plus 3x is the answer. Alright, next one, question T. You're dividing, so you have to flip this one. And you're gonna get 8 over y times y over 24. Now I'm gonna simplify as a multiply. So 8 and 24, I can divide them both by 8, I get 1 and 3. And the other one, I can divide both by y, I get 1 and 1. So the answer is 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 3 is 3, 1/3. Alright, the next one, I'm gonna have, you can think of it as AB over 2 multiplied by itself. So AB over 2. Because we're squaring, I need to multiply by itself. So you're going to get A squared, B squared over 4. Alright, next one, you're going to have, alright, I want to add these two. Whoops. So what I'm going to do is make them the same denominator, right? Now, this is x and this is 4x. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply this by 4. And that's going to give you 4 over 4x plus with b over 4x. Now they have the same denominator. We can put them under the same thing. So this would be 4 plus b. I can't add 4 and b because they're not like terms, so leave it like that. Next one, you can think of this as 4a cubed over 3 times it by 4a cubed over 3. Whoops. So the top one is going to be 4 times 4, which is 16. A cubed times a cubed is add the power, so that'll be a to the 6. And 3 times 3 is 9. Question x. We're dividing, so I like to put it into a fraction when I divide. Now, I look at the 2 and the 8. Let's look at the numbers first. 2, I can divide it by 2. I can divide it by 2, I get 4. Now, let's look at the letters. I can divide this one by x squared, I get 1. Divide this by x squared, I get x to the 4. And the answer is 4x to the 4 over 1, which is just 4x over 4. Alright. Now, this one, I have to do, let's see, division. So I do 2. Now, let's expand this first. What do we get? If you expand this, you're gonna get this will be 2a times 2a, which equals to 4a squared. Okay, so I'm gonna rewrite this as 4a squared over 15bc. Now I want to expand this as well. I'm gonna get 3bc times 3bc. And that's going to give you 9b squared c squared. So that's going to equal to not equal to. Now because we're dividing, we're going to flip this, okay, upside down. So we're going to get so that 9b squared c squared is going to go to the top. So 9b squared c squared is flipped to the top. And the bottom will be a 2a cubed, and we change this one to a times. Alright. Now we can simplify. We can look at the 2 and the 4. I can divide them both by 2. And I get that. And look at the 9 and 15. I can divide them both by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. What else can I do? I can divide the top by a squared and the bottom by a squared. So this will be a. Divide on top, the bottom by c, I get 1. And divide the top by c, and I get c. Divide the bottom by b, I get 1. Divide the top by b, I get b. And I think that's the best I can do. So, what do I have? Let's see. I've got 2 times 3 times b times c. And the bottom one is 5 times a. So the answer is 2 times 3 times b times c, and the bottom one is 5 times a. So the answer is 6bc over 5a. Question Z, last one here. So what we're going to do is we're going to expand this. 3x times y, that's 3xy. 3x times plus x, a positive x, so that's positive 3x squared. Now the next one, what we're going to do is expand this one, but we have to consider that there's a minus 2 here, not a plus 2. So minus 2 times xy, that's minus 2xy. And then minus 2 times minus, so minus 2 times minus x squared. So that's minus times a minus is a plus. 2 times x squared is just 2x squared. Right, now we collect the like terms. So, let's see, we got 3xy minus 2xy. So what's 3xy minus 2xy? This is 1xy. So that's just 1xy. Now you have your 3 plus 3x squared plus 2x squared. So that plus is 5x squared. So the answer is xy plus plus 5x squared. And there's your answer. Alright, you can have a look at the rest and compare your answers to these. The tests might be very similar to these questions. It'll be very similar. Alright, next page. I'm gonna do the question that I circled there. These are maybe trickier, a little bit trickier questions, so let's have a look. Now let's look at the topic review on page 24, question 1D. It says 9RT plus 8TR. Now RT is the same as TR. It's just like saying what is 2 times 3, that's same as 3 times 2, isn't it? Or 4 times 5 is same as 5 times 4, same thing. Okay. So RT and TR is the same thing, so these are like terms. Okay. So what we can do is we can add them. So we can say that's 9 plus 8 is 17, and we just put one of them, just put RT. There you go, done. Next one, question 2, C. Alright, you have 20, so you have to add, these are adding and subtracting, so we're going to look at the like terms. So 26F, and there's no F. We have, okay, so there's no, so we leave F alone. So we have plus 17G plus 1G. So that's going to give you, what's plus 17 plus 1? So positive 17 plus 1 is 18. So the first one is 26F, we'll leave it there, plus 18G. And then we have the minus 8e, and that's minus 8e. And they're all different. One has F, one has G, one has E, so they're all different. They're not like terms, so we'll leave the answer as it is. All right, question. Let me see. I might do question H actually. So question H says, now when you see stuff like this, just there's no number in front of the bracket, so just remove the brackets. Okay. Imagine the brackets disappeared. Okay, so what you're gonna have is minus 13h, whoops, and then minus a minus 9h. Minus a minus becomes a plus. So really the question is minus 13h plus 9h. Now what is minus 13 plus 9? I'll draw a little timeline for you to see. So here, I'll just draw a timeline. Not timeline, number line. This is 0, and you have minus 13. So it's minus 13 plus 9. So this is minus 13 here. We start from minus 13, and then we add 9. So when you add 9, you're going to go to the, when we add, we go to the right. We're going to go 9 units to the right. So it's going to be somewhere here. So add 9, you're going to reach minus 4. Okay, so this will be, so when you do this, you're going to get minus 4h. So the answer here is equal to minus 4h. Alright, question 4D. Now, let's look at this one here. Got to collect the like term. So you have minus 6gh and plus 9gh. What is minus 6 plus 9? Alright. So if you're confused about that, you can think of it this way. Here is 0, here's minus 6. When you add 9, you're gonna go to the right, so you add 6 and then add another 3. That's adding 9, okay? So you end up at 3. So that means you end up at positive 3, so the answer should be positive 3. So minus 6gh plus 9h will get you to 3gh, positive 3gh. And then you have a minus 8g. Because that's not like term, so we leave it there as it is. Question 5D. Minus fg minus 7fg, so these two are like terms. And this one as well, like term, they're all like terms. So this is minus 1, and then it's minus 7, then plus 4. What's minus 1 minus 7? Minus 1 minus 7 is minus 8. Minus 8 plus 4 is minus 4. So we get the answer here is minus 4fg. And now we have to add the 3gh. Done. Alright, question 7G, G. Alright, you have minus 7 times minus 9W. Minus 7 times minus 9 will be positive 63, so this is 63W. Alright, next one, you have question 11. Alright, question 11A. Alright, let's have a look here. So I want to do 112 WB divided by 7W, and then alright, let's do this first. So what we're going to do is we're going to cross out the W. 112 divided by 7. Can I divide 112 by 7? Let me see. Yes, it'll be 16. Alright. So this will be 1, this will be 16. Alright, so you're going to get 16B. So after all that, you're going to get 16B. Now you're going to divide this 16B divided by 8B. So you're going to cross out the B. 16 divided by 8 is 2. The answer is equal to 2. Alright, question, next one will be 60. So I'm going to start with 60A squared divided by 5A. So let's do this one first, one step at a time. So we're going to get 60 and 5. I can divide this by 5, I get 1. Divide this by 5, I get 12. And divided the bottom by A, I get 1. Divided top by A, I get A. So I'm going to get 12A over 1, which is 12A. Okay. Now I divide this one. After I've done this, I got to do the second part, which is divided by 4. Whoops. So I'm just going to have, that's the first part. The second part is 12A divided by 4. And I can just cross this out. I get 1. I cross it out, I get 3. So the answer is 3A over 1, which is just 3A. Alright, question 12. Now, this is BODMAS. Okay, you have a bunch of, you got brackets, plus, divide, times. So do the brackets first. So what is 16F plus 26F? So what's 16 plus 26 will be 42. So this will be 42F. And then you're dividing it by 4 in the brackets, in the square brackets. So 42F divided by 4 will give me what? What's 42F divided by 4? Alright, this will be divided both by 2, you get 2. Divide this by 2, you get 21. So 21F on 2. So you're going to get 21F on 2. Now I have to do the last part, which is times it by 2 from here. So times it by 2 over 1. So because we're multiplying, we can simplify. We can, hold on. Oops. This is 21F. Okay, so now when we multiply by 2, we can just cancel this out. This is gone, this is gone. And we're gonna get the answer is equal to 21F over 1, which is just 21F. Oops, I keep writing 2F. And there's your answer. So the answer for that one, C, is just 21F. Alright, question 15. Let me just plug my charger in. Question 15, I want to do all these questions here. It says expand. So let's practice expanding here. Negative 9 times F will be negative 9F. Negative 9 times negative 8 is, negative times negative is a positive. 9 times 8 is 72. Question B. Negative 1. So there's no number in front here, so we can just have a 1 there. So negative 1 times Z is just negative Z. Negative 1 times by positive 5 is negative 5. Next one, negative W, question C, times by 5 will be negative 5W. And then negative W times negative w will be plus w squared. Negative times negative is a plus, so plus w squared. Question D. Negative 3 times 7y is negative 21y. And negative 3 times negative 4 is plus 12. Next one. Negative 7b times 4a. I have no space, I'm going to write the answer over here. Is equal to negative 4 times 7 is 28. And that's b. And then negative 7 times by negative 5c. Negative times negative is a positive, so it's a positive. 7 times 5 is 35. And then b times c is just bc. There you go. And question F. Negative 8q times 9q. So negative 8 times 9 is negative 72. And q times q is q squared. And then negative 8q times 7. So negative 8 times 7 is negative 56. And then you got a q. So the answer is negative 56q. There you go. Alright, question 16. Expand and simplify. So we have to expand the top one. Let me do this one down here. So the first one we write is 16d, still there. Now we have to expand this. This is negative 5 times by 4. That'll be negative 20. And then negative 5 times by negative 2. Negative times negative is a positive. 5 times 2 is 10. And then d. Now we got simplify this. So we can collect the like terms. You got 16d plus 10d. That becomes 26d. And then minus 20. Because minus 20 is right there. Alright, next one is question B, which is here. I'm going to expand the front one. So 5 times a is just 5a. 5 times a positive 3 is a positive 15. Now negative 3 times a is negative 3a. And then negative 3 times a positive 2 is negative 6. Okay, now we have to simplify this. So you got 5a minus 3a, that's 2a. And then plus 15. That's your answer. Question C. Alright, expand that one. You're going to get 8 times e, which is 8e. Minus, and then we got 8 times a minus 4 would be minus 32. And then you have minus 2 times by e, so that's minus 2e. And then minus 2 times the positive 7 will be minus 14. Now we collect the like terms. So you got 8e minus 2e, that's 6e. And then minus 32 comes back in, and that's that one. Alright, next page. For question 17, factorize. You don't have to do factorize. You haven't learned factorize yet. So cross that question out. Don't need to do that one. Question 18. Alright, so let's look at question C. Because they have the same denominator, this is a fraction minus a fraction. And because they have the same denominator, let me just make sure I'm on the right. Okay. Alright, so because they have the same denominator, 10 and 10, we can just leave it as over 10. And 9c minus 3c is just 6c. And now we have to simplify this as well. We can look at the top and bottom. And we can see that the 6 I can divide it by 2, I will get 3. And the 10 I can divide it by 2, I will get a 5. So the answer is 3c over 5. Alright. Question F. Now these are different denominators, so to make them the same, so we have to make them into lowest common multiple. And the lowest common multiple of 3 and 5 will be 15, so we make them both into 15. Now we times this one by 3, times this one by 5. So if I multiply the 5 by 3, I must multiply the top by 3 as well, so that's 3x. This will be a plus. If If I multiply it by 5, I'm going to multiply this by 5, so you get 5x. And you get together, you're going to get 8x over 15. Next one, you have a minus. So 6 and 9. What's the lowest common multiple of 6 and 9? Let's list out. You look at the 6 and 9, which one's bigger? Obviously the 9 is bigger. So what we do is we list out the multiples of 9. You get 18, 27, 36, so on. And see which one can be divided by 6. That's the best way, the fastest way to find the lowest common multiple. Okay, so lowest common multiple, you can see here is 18. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, all right, we're going to make them both into 18. Oh, whoops, there's a minus question. So to turn a 6 into 18, I go times it by 3. So times the top by 3, you get 21m. To 18, 9 to 18, you times it by 2. So you times top by 2, you get 10m. And the answer is going to be 21m. So it's going to be all over 18. 21m take away 10m is 11m. So the answer is 11m over 18. All right, question 19c. All right, when you multiply, we're going to have to simplify. So let's have a look here. I can look at these and see that I can simplify this if I wanted to. Or I can simplify this with that one. Probably this will be a bigger simplification. I can divide the top and bottom by 7. Okay, and I will get what? I'll get 1 and I can get 5. And I can divide the top and bottom by the 45 and the 30. I can divide them both by 5. This will be 6 and this will be a 9. And 5, 9, 6, 1, that's, oh, I can go even further actually. And I divide the top, the 6 and the 9, I can divide it both by 3. So I'll get this one divided by the 3, we get 2. This one divided by 3, get 3. And this is the simplest form. Now let's look at the letters. You got the top is A, you got the bottom is A. You got the bottom is B, top is B. They both cancel out. So all you have is that. So now let's have a look what we got left. You got a 5 times it by a 3 times it by an E. At the bottom you got 2 times it by a D and times it by an F. So the answer is 5 times 3 times E over 2 times D times F, and that's equal to 15E over 2DF. There's the answer. Alright, extension questions, let's look at that one. Question D, question 20D. Now we're multiplying, so we're going to multiply the letters that are the same together. So this, so p squared times p to the 3, we add the power, so that's p to the 5. And then q to the 6 times q to the 1 is just q to the 7. Done. Next one, h. So t to the 6, all right, we're dividing now. You can do it, you can do it as fraction, or if you think you can do this way, you can try this way. T to the 6 divided by t to the 4. And that's going to be t. When we divide, we take away the powers. So that's t to the 6 minus 4, which is 2. And then m to the 12 divided by m to the 1. So that's m to the 12 minus 1, which is 11. So that's the answer. T squared m11. Or if you want, you can put it into a fraction. Okay. And I'll show you the fraction way right now. So t to the 6 m to the 12 divided by t to the 4 m and m to the 1. Alright, we simplify this. So we divide this one by t to the 4, you get 1. Divided by t to the 4, you get t to the 2. And then when you divide this one by m, you get just 1. And you divide this by m, you get m to the, m to the 11. So that's the answer. Again, is t squared m11. Alright. Now question K. Let's do question K. When you power something like this to the 4, you're going to power everything to the 4. So power that to the 4, power that to the 4. So you're going to get a to the 4, b to the 4. Alright, let's look at question L. Now you're going to power everything to the 6. So you power that to the 6 and power that to the 6. So when you power a p squared to the 6, you're going to get p to the 12. And when you power the q to the 5 to the 6, and you power it to the 6, you're going to get q to the 30. And there's your answer. Alright, question 21b. We're going to multiply these two together, so we're going to get 7 times 3, which is 21. Y to the 5 times y to the 11 is y to the 16. We add the powers. Question F. Alright, we're going to power everything to the power of 5. So I'm going to power the 2 to the power of 5, power that to the 5, and that to the 5. So 2 to the power of 5 is, I'll just put it here for now. And then times it by, now p to the 8. When you power it to the 5, you're going to get p to the 40. And q to the 4, when you power it to the 5, you're going to get q to the 20. You multiply the powers. 4 times 5 is 20. Now this is not complete because 2 to the power of 5, we can rewrite that as 32. So 32, p to the 40, q to the 20. Done. Alright, next one is let's expand this one first, and then we can do division. So what does this become? So this will be 2 to the power of 3 and v to the power of 9. 2 to the power of 3 is 8, so that's equal to 8v9, okay? Now that's just this part here. That's not the answer yet. So to get the answer, we do 56v to the 18. Let's put it into a fraction. Divided by 8v to the 9. Alright, now let's see. The 8, I can divide the 8 and 56 by 8. So I can do this. This will be 1. This will be 7. Now I can divide the bottom by v to the 9. I get 1. Divide top by v to the 9. I get v to the 9. Minus the powers. Okay, so you're going to get 7. The answer is 7v to the 9 all over 1, which is just 7v to the 9. And oh, one more. I think I've missed out one question here. Question C. Alright, question C. What we're going to do is we're going to power everything to the 8. So we're going to power the n to the 8. Oh, sorry, power to everything to the power 4, not 8, sorry. So this one, we're going to power to the 4, and then the bottom one, you're going to power that to the 4 as well. So n to the 3, we're going to power that to the 4. So now this one will be n to the 32 over n to the, 12. And you have, so n to the 32 divided by n to the 12, you can just, so that's a division. You take away the powers, so that's n to the 32 take away 12 would be 20. Okay, that's one way to do it. Now another way you can do it is this. So let me just write the answer here. N to the 20. Now let's do the second way. The second way we can do this is we can do division first because they're both n. Okay, so n to the 8 divided by n to the 3, we minus the powers. That's n to the 5. Okay, so n to the 5 is inside the brackets, n to the power 4. And that's n to the 5 times 4. Again, it's n to the 20. Same as the answer before. So the answer is n to the 20. And that's it. You're done with that. And next week will be the test. Alright, hope that helps.